And the light source is still at the same property. This is where I stand at 9 o'clock, 10, 11, and it's still right here. And remember, this is on this side of Alvarado where it's at 9:37 in the morning. So it's just where I'm standing at 9:37. When you have a light source that's remaining over your head everywhere that you're going, that's why it's not over the property when I'm at the Glendale DMV. It's over me while I'm in the Uber, driving up what is, I believe, Clifford Street, and then driving down Alvarado, and the light source remains over me as I'm at this entrance right here, and it's on the same side of the street. So all you're looking at it now at the tailor end of the day, where the entity is keeping a light source from one side of my person to the opposite side of my person, which is what you're seeing while I'm at the office, from this side of my person to what is this side of my person. When you're taking a big picture analysis, all right, when you're looking at it, it's really on the same side of the street where it's at 9:37 right here at the entrance. Where I'm standing at 9:37, the entity is maintaining the light source right above my head. The entity is engaging what is as though the sun is setting in alignment to me, keeping it right here at this point in the day. But when you're paying attention, it's the same location where it's at 9:37 while it's over the top of my head at that entrance. Where the entity is stalking in helicopters, engaging what is sensational activity. That's terrorism. In the workplace, it's demonic. It's also amplification, which is relevant to what is terrorism. It is demonic. The entity engages in what is equally amplified audible activity of a helicopter that's at a great distance, okay? And you can also clearly see stalking and targeting while they're flying directly over the office. And you're also recognizing targeting because the sun's not going to be at one address for the duration of the day. It was rising in alignment to my living room window, as you saw in video, at 7:59 in the morning. I'm at the same property. My apartment window is right here on the opposite side of the sidewalk. That's not the sun. And there would never be any sun over the Ovid Family Community Library, which is where I remained, which is where I've documented the sunset. There's not a sunset in alignment to my bedroom window in Los Angeles at 1806 North Alvarado Street, apartment number 6. Nor is there any sunlight that's going to appear on my ceiling, engaging in what is any flashing of light on my ceiling, appearing and disappearing of light activity. All of that is demonic. It's light activity conduct while those demons are stalking in helicopters flying over my apartment as well, in concert with the people of the state who are pacing all around in the specific environment. And the people are a whole population here. They're all going to be prosecuted. All right. And also on the opposite side of Glendale Boulevard, they're all going to be prosecuted. Pay attention to the pictures that I took today. You'll see a construction site. That's the people of the state group stalking, using their presence and light activity creation, and also the sound of their scene, using beeping and whatnot to stalk with audible activity. It's demonic, actually, and it's relevant positioning. You're looking at what is, when you are aware of the system, then you're looking at what is a massive system that's underway, and literally the environment follows wherever that I go. That's how you have what is impossible, the light source, which is not possibly the sun, over the top of my head at the Glendale Boulevard, at the Glen Oaks, which is the Glendale DMV, as I documented, and the entity is providing evidence against the whole state of California. You're seeing what is a phenomenon with regard to the pattern of behavior by a completely different law enforcement agency, the Glendale Police Department, but you're understanding what is a superficial distinction, a superficial difference. It's not different. Marina Davila is the state. The Glendale Police Department is the state. The Los Angeles Police Department is the state. The Ontario Police Department is the state. The Ovid Family Community Library is the facilitating venue. The Alvarado Gardens Apartment Complex is the facilitating venue. The Glendale Department of Motor Vehicles, a facilitating venue, a state facilitating venue, by the way, that has no shared sky space, by the way, with regard to the Rancho Cucamonga, California Department of Motor Vehicles. And I even went into the same time frame, same time of year analysis would apply, April 2022, where that light source was over me at a Glendale, California Department of Motor Vehicles. And it's not going to be over the Rancho Cucamonga Department of Motor Vehicles at the same time. The entity is indeed engaged in stalking, doing so in helicopters, and this is relevant to what is in the workplace. And all of the entity is listening to everything that I'm documenting, the repeated sounds of phone calls, the repeated acts of stalking and flying over my head in helicopter. It's equally targeting while they're flying over the office. You saw them fly directly over my head while I'm specifically documenting Marina Davila. Marina Davila is the entity, the people of the state. So as I'm documenting, in other words, the entity, that same entity flies directly over my head. That's engaging in what is crossing a path again, group stalking in an unnatural environment, and while doing so, exhibiting what is demon possession, which is the why as to the criminal conduct, the public corruption that I'm exposing in the state of California. It is currently 4:56 p.m. You're witnessing what is literally the phenomenon as I'm capturing at 9 o'clock in the morning, the light source outside of this window while I'm in the leasing office, while it's outside of my front door. Every time I walk out and the entity is still outside, it's still outside of this door in alignment to me. And then as I go to my apartment, it remains in alignment to me. And the entity is maintaining engineered light, just like you saw appearing upright on this wall, while that which is supposedly the sun is outside of the building, and that which is supposedly sunlight is on the ground. And there is no explanation for the light that you see appearing in the corner of the wall, creating my upright shadow. That's a pattern of stalking with engineered light. And those demons are stalking in helicopters in that engineered environment, monitoring also on the venue of the internet. Every phone call, every email is relevant to surveillance, every move that I make, including when I pull my panties down. And that's the sex offense that the terrorist organizations and the people of the state are acting in concert to while they're engaged in group stalking. It is currently 4:57 p.m. This is P.O.C.